Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, welcome and thank you for joining. In today's video, I'm going to try to attempt to make some dangles. If you can see, it has a really small bead on either end and a little bling and the caps on them. That's what I'm going to be making. And then I got a few of those. I want to make, I think, one more green, and I want to make a red for that set. Then I had made these where it's got the little bling on them and the little silver beads on them. So I'm going to attempt to make some bead dangles today. And the lady I was watching, I rewatched her video, and she was using like it's like a wire that comes on a spool, and I've got the pre-made pins, so it's like a metal pin, and I've got this I don't need silver, I need gold. And so I've got this clipper where you stick it through the hole here and it makes the eyelid for you. So, and then I just tighten up the lid. And these came from Hobby Lobby. They're normal, like, I think $2.99 a pack or $3.99 a pack, something like that. And you have gold, silver, and if you see, it's got the little eyelet there on it. Now you can open that up and put dangle bits on it, which I was thinking about putting the little jingle bells on it. I still may do that, but I think that's going to be a little too much. But not really, you know, for Christmas, I don't think it would be too much. So I'm thinking about putting a little jingle bell on it. I think that would be cute to hang off of my off of the journal that we're about to do with the lace bits, because I want 3 green ones and 3 red ones dangling off of the gold lace that we're putting on the middle pages of that. So I think that's what I'm going to attempt to do today. Now this one, where I've already got it tied off, I just pull the beads real tight, and I'll just open up that little loop if I can see it. Now this is going to be a little bit hard for me to see, so I'll just hang on to it, and I don't know how well you all can see me doing this, but and so see, I just open up that little loop, and then I'll slide the jingle bell on it, and I'll close the little loop back up. And sometimes it's a little easier with the smaller end loop to grab a hold of it and roll it back around on itself. And then I'm just going to take my needle nose pliers and make sure that it is lined up. And that's what I'm doing to make sure that that doesn't come off. I think that's still going to slide down that. Yep, because it's sideways. I got it sideways. Oh, goodness. This may not have been a really good idea to do a video on, just because it's so hard to see, because it's so small. But that's going to be my dangle. So it'll have the jingle bell on it in the green. And so that's going to be the dangle off of my so I think going forward, I am going to open up this end first and do that before I put the beads on, because opening this with the beads on there It's a little challenging. Just a wee bit. And all I do is bend it sideways enough to where I can get that, the little round piece, the little eyelet from the jingle bell on it, and then I'll just close it back up. And like I said, the hardest part is making sure that you get that closed back up enough. And most of the time I just pull it to the side, but it's easier to do it with just the stick without the beads on it, because you know the beads are moving around. And but yeah, I went back and watched that lady's video. Still can't remember what the name of her channel was. I should have wrote it down, good gracious. But she made some beads kind of like this, where it looked like it had a topper on it, and hers were really tight. So, you know, I'm not professional at it, but... So I take this where it's got the loop on it, and I'll just pull the loop to me. It's one of these pliers look like they're crooked. So I'll take the loop and I'll hang on to it and I'll prise it forward. So you see where it's got just the slightest little bit of opening there. So I'm going to slap my little jingle bell on that. And then I'll just close that back up. Dropped it, of course. Because now my fingers want to be fidgety and I have to keep turning everything every which way. So then I'm just going to pinch that to make sure that that loop meets and it's not going to slide out through there. And it's not sideways, it's even with the stem. Okay. So then I just start adding my beads to it. Now on these, I did the smaller beads here. I'm pretty sure it was this size bead. And these little beads and facets and stuff, I got those from Hobby Lobby. And this one looks about like it would be a crown. If you can see that. I know all of this stuff is really, really small. But I take the one and I turn it up. Actually, I need to put the little faceted spacer on there first. Because that's what I have on here. So I had the little faceted spacer. Then I have the little crown piece and I turn it upside down. And I'm going to put my pearlized bead in there. And then I put my crown piece on the top as the topper. And then I put the smallest of the spacer beads. See, it's really, really small. Really, really small. So I'll put that on there. And then I go back with this other bead on the top of it. And then that is how I make my dangle. So if you can see that really well. So then I just pull it as tight as I can with that top bead. I pull it down like this. And then I'll stick the end. So this, it has a hole right here. And then you pull it all the way. I gotta push it to me so I can get a hold of it. So see where that bead goes up against that? You push it right there, And that is as tight as I can get it. And then I squeeze that and pull it off, and see, it makes the loop for you. So then I'll just take and I'll make sure that that loop is tightened up. So when I put it on my, so if I put it on a jump ring, it won't slide off. If I put it on a, what is it, one of those, and see, and that's loose. It's not real tight. Now that lady, hers were tight, and they set, you know, and it looked like it had a crown topped on it, and I mean, just beautiful beads, you know, because when she took hers, she took her rounded tips and made an L with it, and then held this through the loop, and then she took the end piece and tied it around it. I can't do that with this because it's not the she was making it with like the wire that's on a it's on a spool. I don't have that, so I'm hoping that you don't mind that this is what we're making today. So now I'm going to do now I'm going to try to do me 3 red ones. I think I can take that and roll it over a little bit more on itself, so that is a little tighter. So now I want to do 3 gold red ones, because the pieces that are going to be on that journal is like a gold. So I'll have 3 green and 3 red in the gold. And then I also have the straight pins too as well. And I make dangles out of those too. And it's called a straight pin because, see, it has like a nail top head on it. So it's just basically just a straight pin without a pointy end. So I make those as well. Just these had a bottom end where you could hook something else on it. And so I thought the little jingle bells would be great for that. And we're going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to open up this little loop. I'm going to put me a red jingle bell on this one. Go ahead and get those 3. I'm going to close my loop up. Whoops, I pushed it too far. Now I have broke these little loops off just because I couldn't really see how far I had pushed it, and it broke. So then I'm just going to take and make sure that that's closed up good up against the stem of it. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing as we did, how we made those, but it's going to have a red bead in it, like a red pearl. Hopefully I'll be able to get it and not fumble around too much. Now all of these facets and stuff I just got at Hobby Lobby. The beads came from Temu, but you can get Hobby Lobby. I think these are 4mm beads. I'm pretty sure it's what they are. And these here, these were the smallest and the next smallest size of these and the tubes that they had. And these were actually strung beads, I should say, because it was a different color. The spacer was a different color gold. Okay, so now I'm going to try to hold this one a little bit tighter than I did the other one. And you can also get this from Hobby Lobby, the rounder. Whoopsie. Hang on to it, buddy. Just be careful when you squeeze that, because it will shoot this out. That's why I always try to do it away from me, so it won't shoot it at my face and accidentally stab myself in the eye with it. That would be my luck. I was worried about that. I was like, you watch me do something crazy like that on video today. You know what's going to happen. If it's going to happen, it'll happen on video, trust me. Okay. So like I said, I just closed that little loop up. And so then there's my red beads with the red dangles and the gold. I think that's going to be pretty hanging down. If you can see the little lips, the little spacer has the little bedazzles on them. Some days I can do this really well and fly through and make a bunch, and just sitting here, listening or watching a movie, or most of the time listening to the movie. And then sometimes, I can't really, I can't hang on to nothing. So it's seeming like last night I was doing really well with them. I made, quite a few, and then I made some prototypes, and like these here were my prototypes to do for my video today. And I said, well, I'm going to try to show them these. And a lot of it is just trial and error. That's not really, I mean, honestly it is. I am by no means professional bead worker, dangle maker of any sort of kind. It's just pure trial and error. Put together the beads with the little caps and stuff and see if it works. I hadn't tried one with this here. I wonder if that would be pretty. If that would set right on that bead. Ooh, it would. And that would be bedazzled too. I might make some of those. But I just wanted to come on and show you what I was talking about with these little facets where it... Oh goodness. Did that go up my sleeve? I think it did. Yep. With these little pieces that I got from the Hobby Lobby. Because I was like, most people, have access to a Hobby Lobby or something like that close by them. And, and you can always get the beads from Temu, or you can also get them from Amazon as well. Like I said, these were the smallest facets that they had. So I got the ones that had like the gold and the silver on them here. This is gold, and then I have just silver. So I wanted the gold on these because the whatchamacallit, the lace that these are going to be hooked to is going to be a real pretty gold coming off of the middle of that journal. So I wanted gold dangles hanging off of it in a red and green. So I can take these narrower in. So you won't, so see if you can tell, these are a little bit, if you can look straight down, these are a little bit bigger than these. And these are a little longer. So the longer, narrow ones. And these came in a set. I got these at Hobby Lobby, actually. These here and the needle nose. I've had them for a little while. And you can get the whole jewelry making kit at Hobby Lobby. That comes with the little eye maker here. I think that's going to work. I'm just double checking to make sure that my eye is closed on it. So we only got one more red one to make. So again, I just take and open that eye up on the ones. And then the lady, she said she gets, I was looking there at Hobby Lobby as well, and they do have this, the stuff that is on the spool. But I just got the pre-made, you know, because I'm not trying to be the professional at the moment. I just wanted to make some dangles for my journal that was pretty, you know. And like I say, these do have a little bit of movement on them. They're not set tight together. Now hers were set tight together, and they look like a top when they got done. And they didn't have any wiggle in her beadwork here. Like, see, it was like that. Now mine has a little bit of wiggle in it. You see what I'm saying? But no, hers did not. They were made together tight. So I'm going to aspire to her level. And I really do wish I would have wrote her name down. But all I did was look up I think it was bead dangles. That's all I looked up. And she was everywhere. Like, all over it. And I'm probably doing this the cheat way because, like I said, I do have this eye rounder, and I'm not taking and rolling it. Because what she done was she would take her this and bend it straight as an L, and then take it and take the side piece after it was an L. She would hold this like this and take that L and wrap it around and around this to make her eye piece in it. And I was like, yeah, no, I couldn't do that, because probably about one time I bent this, it would break. But like I said, she had the wire on the spool and made hers. Now, I don't know if there's a difference. I do know these are metal. These here are metal. I was double checking to make sure that I didn't miss. Nope, I'm putting the wrong piece on. Just double checking to make sure I didn't miss a blingies on them. But yeah, I thought they would be pretty on this journal coming up, this lace journal. It's gonna be a little more elaborate, a little more decorated. And said I'm gonna take the time do the lacy bits on all the pages and all of that. And then I thought these bead dangles would just work perfect on that. Let's see how that does that. And it's got a little loopy here, and then you're supposed to be able to pull it off the loop, unless I'm trying to show you that you can. So then I take where the little eye is, I put this in here, and I just roll it on around to make sure that it meets up, so that there's no, so when I put it on a bulb pin, there's no opening. That's why I do that. I mean, she would even go as so far as the eyes be, you know, the exact same size. She would twist it until the eyes were exactly, you know, the same. I don't have the patience for that, but she was really good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you could tell she was the professional bead maker, or dangle maker. Well, that's glaring, ain't it? So there's my bead dangles. Well, shoot. That's glaring all over the place. So there's my little bead dangles for my journal coming up. So I think them's going to be real pretty hanging from it. And if you can see, it's got, you know, the little bedazzled beads on there. So that's that set for that journal, and I'm happy to go with that. So I'm just going to put them over here to the side. Now these, I was just playing around with the beads. And if you can see, it's got the, you know, little bedazzled beads on them and the faceted cut beads. And these are the spacers. So I got the small spacers on either end with the small silver bead. Then I have the bigger spacers in between. So I'm going to make a couple more of those. And then we'll have us a set of those as well. And I like those. I think, you know, they're pretty. I like them. Alrighty. So now I need to switch over and get my silver ones out. I'm going to make 4 more of these because I'll have, I don't know, let's make 5 more of them. Because then I'll have one for the top and the next one and one in the middle. If it's hanging off of lace off of the side of a journal, because I'm wanting to use these in this journal here. I'm wanting to try to, probably going to try to start this one next week. Because I need to have a day off to where I can get the fussy cuts done. And this journal is Christmas Eve journal kit. And it is by Fantasy Digitals. Can y'all see that if I got it in the right place? Yep. And at the time I bought it, it was $1.67. Now, it only had 1 page of fussy cuts, and that was it. So I had to go get some fussy cuts. And then, this is the one where I was saying that I wanted to do the cover with this bag, because the bag's going to open up and be like 10 by 12. So we're going to cover, journal cover with that. So that's what I'm wanting to start to try to do next week. And then the inside of that is going to be this on the inside cover. And I'm just going to put it on one of these envelopes and wrap the bag around it. And then put the tree covers on the inside. But that's what I want to try to work on next week. Starting like maybe Monday or so. Whoops, I didn't put that up. And so then I have like these tags to go in it, the gift tags. I thought would be pretty to go in there. I've got several different ones of those that will match. So I just thought that would be fun to do that with. Okie doke. Alright, so this one, it looks like I took this next to small silver bead. Is that right? I believe so. And then I took the smallest of the silver. Oh, well, this one's silver and gold. It doesn't really matter. So I took the smallest of the silver bling bling. You see that? I hope I'm in camera good because I can't really see. And then I need to do red first, the red faceted bead. And then we did the medium size of the bling reel, of the bling spacer. Right? Then we did the green bead, the green faceted bead. Another medium sized spacer. Alright, and so these are the ones that I got at Hobby Lobby. Okay, and so the bigger ones on this set had gold and silver on them, if you can see. If you see that, the gold and silver on them. So this is the small one, the medium, and the large one. Whoops, and I needed that small one. Come here, buddy. I'm going to put you on the other end. And these were, I think, like, I want to say they were like $3 for those. But you can also, and I've got these here, but these are for 6mm beads. So this is like the inset of it is more for like a 6mm bead. They don't fit as good on this. These are rounder. See, like these beads here are more oval shaped. This is for more of a rounder bead. Now this is a 4mm bead, but you see how much difference that is. These are for a bigger size bead. So you just have to know what size your spacers are for. So those are for 6mm beads. And so this is like a, so this is like a 6mm bead. And this is a 4mm bead. Okay. So you can take these spacers here. And see, and then it would set in between on that 6mm a whole lot better. See, that cause the roundness sets down in the little concaveness. Hugs the bead better is the main thing. Okay, so then I need another small bling one. Then I need the silver bead. And so then that is that one. I think that turned out pretty neat. All right. So then I went and showed my daughter, and she's like, "Oh, I like them with the bling on them." She's like, "But that's a flag." And she goes, "Is that not the Hispanic flag or the Mexican flag?" And I was like, "I don't know." So she looked it up. And then she's like, depending on, you know, which way you look at it, it is several different countries' flag colors. I was like, well, I just made it for Christmas. I said it was just all of my faceted beads that I wanted to, you know, put together. I thought that was pretty. All right, now. I'm just trying to get that loop met back down here up against the straight pin of it. So when I do put it on a bulb pin or a jump ring, it doesn't come off. Are you on there? Yep, it's on there. Alrighty. So we got a couple of them to make. And like I said, you know, I haven't made my dangles on camera before, but I've made several. So then this is one that I made a dangle with the little light bulbs and put sea beads in between and put it on there. You know, just cutesy stuff, you know what I'm saying? And this here is just on a bulb pin, actually. You don't even gotta put them on the pin things. That's just on a bulb pin. And then here's one I've made that I thought would be pretty for maybe like a pink journal. And then these, y'all seen these. I've used these quite a bit in my journals already. And yeah, I saw those, and then here's some smaller ones that I've made with the Christmas lights. I got those at Hobby Lobby too. And then here's some just the regular sea beads that we made to put on like tags and stuff like that. So I was like, I want some smaller beads where I can put on tags and stuff. and hang down just to dress it up a little bit, you know. So that's what that was. I made several of these here with different sea beads in between them. I like that. Yeah, and then we got a bunch of, you know, red, green, and gold, red, or green and white, and just all colors. All the Christmas colored mix of the sea beads, basically, is what we did. So, yeah, it's just cute. It's just fun. And then these were some faceted beads. This was actually a bead mix that they had at Hobby Lobby. So, I thought them was pretty. But yeah, this is the bead mix that they had. They had the red and white, the different color, different size white ones. And these are different faceted beads. These are flatter, and these are flat. And I was like, well, it'd been different, you know, with these, and with the gold, with the green would have been the same color, but these are flat, and these are round, and it makes it a little hard to, you know, to do like a. And then they had these that were just like the glass crackle beads, and no red crackle beads. I was like, well, what the heck? So it made it a little difficult to make, you know, charms from that. So just because it didn't have the matchy beads. Here's some more where I've made just this one here I made last night. Just playing around. Just something different. These I made to go on tags, just on a bulb pin. And then I made this one last night as well. So I took a piece of sequins and put on there. And then I took this red and white and green crackle beads and put in between those spacers. But it's, you know, the possibilities are endless of what you can do with them. So I mean, it's all up to, you know, you. Whatever you want to make it, you make it that, honey. I just was wanting to show you the little how I make them. And I don't know, it's probably nowhere near the right way, but it's the simplest way that I've come up with to make them with my inability to hold things sometimes. But like I said, sometimes, you know, you can sit here and just make them up, you know, just listening. Most of the time I do it listening to a documentary. And I'll just sit here and come up with a combination that I like, and I'll just make a few of them. Or I'll just sit here and be like, oh yeah, that's going to be pretty, and dangling off of the journal side, you know, from the lace bits or what have you. So that's kind of what I came up with for these. And I know a few people have said that, you know, they would be interested. That lady that when she got to this point, she would take, and like I said, it was a wire that was on a spool, and she would take it and she would fold it over. Like, she would take this and hold it really tight, and then fold this over, at an L, and then she would take and grip this right here. Oh, it ain't gonna do it, it's gonna break on me. Yep, it's gonna break, I can't do it. But anyway, she would take and fold it at an L like that, and then take and roll that bit around and tighten it around it. And hers were super duper tight. Her beads stayed together. You know, they did not move, and I mean, it was, they were tight on there. Ooh, I'm gonna break that. I'm gonna quit fooling with it. I'm gonna stick it through this thing and fix it before I break it. Oh. Get on there, buddy. I'm going to try to do it this way because that's the way it's going to bend it. And be careful, because the first few times my hands aren't wide, so the first few times I done this, I accidentally got beads in that, and my beads went everywhere because I didn't know what I was doing. So my daughter come and show me, my oldest daughter, she makes a lot of jewelry and stuff like that. So she makes a lot of earrings and stuff with the dangles like this. And then she'll take and put the beads together to make necklaces and stuff. Alright, so now I just gotta close that bit up. Oopsie. So you can see there's the professional end done, and there's the Lori end done. They don't match. But you know, it works. Alright, I'm going to do one more to finish this set while I'm on here. I'm going to get off here for tonight. And, so I got to work tomorrow. Tomorrow's, you know, Saturday when y'all see this. So I get to go work on my Saturday. Which is irritating. Because that was one of my stipulations when I went back, that I wouldn't have to work on Saturday. Sunday I was fine with, just Saturday. Because, you know, that's grandbaby day. But here I am. This is the third Saturday in 4 weeks that I've worked. Irritating, yes. Very, very irritating. Oopsie. That was supposed to be a small one there on the end. So yeah, you can go through a bunch of these little faceted separators quite quickly. So I'm gonna, you know, I got on the Temu and was licking honey. Yes, I did. So I found me some facetors and bead separators and stuff on there. Done ordered them. It was like 20 bucks for a whole bunch. So they on their way already. The only thing is just to make sure that your bead separators, you know what size bead that they are meant for. So like the small ones are for like kind of like the seed beads, and they'll sit on the ends of either one of them. The medium one sizes, you know, for like a 4mm. The larger size that's in that set there is for a 6mm. And then these here are for like 8mm beads, that when they set on them, they'll cover up half of the bead, and so are these. Because I do have those bigger red beads from that one set that I got from the Hobby Lobby. Let's make one of them. I didn't even try them last night. Shoot. I sure didn't. Alright, so those two sets are ready for my journals. I got that one done. Try to get it out of the glare. Good gracious. And then these are done with the, so I got them done. Yeah, let's try and see one of these is going to work. Let's get us a gold. Make me a gold one here. Because, you know, there's gold beads in this. And then, oh, goodness gracious. Pick it up, woman. So, are these holes going to go plumb through that? And see, it'll work better with that little loop on it. Yep. So that's why the lady suggested to get these beads to put down at the end, so it would catch your bead. Heck yeah, they'll work. Let's see what we got going on here. Ooh, I want to put one of these blingy ones. So see, like when you do that, then that bead, you know, is the C bead. So then you kind of got to build up. You see what I'm saying? And then that bead sets in that little divot. So now you can probably put, let's see if we can put this in there. Oh, don't drop it. So now let's see how that's going to set together. Good gracious, hang on to it, woman. Yeah, so see, and then I've got the medium-sized up against that. So I may need to put a bead in between that. Let's see what we need to do here. Just so that it sits. That's not going to sit, so I need a bigger. Whoops, I put that in the wrong spot. I need a bigger gold bead for that. And see, that's how I did it. I've had to sit and play with the spacers. And that's fine. I got bigger gold beads right here. So let's put a bigger gold bead in that one. And see if that spacer will work on it. Yes, it will. Look at yonder. So then we'll take this, put that, so that sits down in that spacer. See, that sits down in that spacer. And I don't know if this bead's going to fit that or not. It's cute, but it needs to be bigger. So then we'll put a topper piece on it. And this is what that lady was doing. You know, she was explaining why she was doing some of the things she was doing. These need to be more like this size here. Would work better on that because it covers it better. Yeah, see, that works great with that 8mm. Yeah, that works awesome with that. So I got some of the facet pieces coming that are all different sizes, so I can use with some of my bigger beads. But I'm gonna go ahead and make this one just because I want to. I think that's cute. And see, and that's what I was talking about. It looked like it was a top, but somehow or another, when she got to this point, she took one of these small, oh, give me that. She took one of these small ones here, and she turned it this way, turned it upside down, actually. All right, fumble fingers. So she turned it upside down, and then she took a little bit bigger gold bead and put down in there. And it looked like a crown. Oh, goodness, come here. You see what I'm saying? So it looked like a crown on the top. That's what she did. And I was like, shut up, look at that. Yep. So I think I'm going to put a bedazzled ring there. Put the medium bedazzled ring on that, like that. And then this, turn it upside down. Is that going to hold that in there? I think that's going to be loose. Nope, that's going to work. But that's what she did. Something like that right there with her bigger beads. And it made it look like it had a crown top on it. And I was just like, oh, I want to do that. I want to make that. So I'm going to see if I can't fix this one where it'll close. Probably not. It's not going to be really tight, I don't think. Oh, it did do it too. See what I'm saying? No, ain't that cute? But see what I mean? It looked like it had a top on it. Like it looked like I had a crown. That is cute. I like that one. Shoot ya. There we go. See, just play with it and experiment. And if it looks like it's loose, then just put a bigger bead in it. That's all. And that's basically what she was doing. I'm just going to tighten that on around so it holds that tight. Oh, that is cute as a button. Look at that. Cute as a bead. But yeah, that's what she was doing. And I mean, just gorgeous. I was like, hush up, honey. Let me figure out how to do that. But yeah, stuff like that's what she was doing. And just making whole sets of them and selling them. Now, see, that one is a whole lot tighter than the small ones are. Yeah, it don't wibble wobble. That's a whole lot tighter. Yep. So yeah, I just got the facets, and we just played around with what size went in what. And that's all I did. And I'm just hooking that around to make sure that when I do hook it on something, it's not going to come out. Oh yeah, I like it. Alright, so I'm going to get off of here. I may make me a few of them. Now see, I would like to have green ones like that. I need to have a green set like that at the Hobby Lobby. But look, it has the gold. Shut up. So, but see, like these I think are 10 millimeters. So that would go on that. Yep. I think these are 8s. That one that I used was a 10. That one there, these here might be a 12. I'm not sure. I'm not real savvy on bead millimeter sizes. But yeah, see, that caps on that perfect. Yep. Okie dokie, y'all. So I hope that was helpful and somewhat entertaining. If nothing else, it was pretty to look at the bead bedazzles. Thank you all for coming along and hanging out with me while I made my bead dangles for my next 2 Christmas journals. And we will talk to y'all tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good night.